What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Commanders Guru. Today, guys, I'll be telling you guys why the Commanders should select a defensive back in the first round in the 2026 NFL Draft. Guys, Commanders fans, we have one of the worst, and when I say worst, I mean worst defensive back groups I think I've ever seen. Marshawn Lattimore came in to his second year in DC, and he shat the bed. He shat the bed. Mike Samuel's sophomore year allowed the most yards and the most touchdowns. The only thing saving him from grace is the fact that he's young and he still has potential. Trey Amos was the only good, gosh darn defensive back in this room. Rookie, he's a rookie playing better than a former All-Pro veteran in Marshawn Lattimore. That is crazy to me. That's crazy. God forbid Jeremy Reeves was our second best DB this year. Antonio Hamilton Sr. was our best cornerback in the second half of the season since Trey Amos went down for injury. So, there's just a lot of needs. And if you told me right now, if you ask me right now, what's the bigger need? Edge or cornerback / safety, aka DB? I would say DB. We just have not that much talent in the defensive back room. And we have seen people step up at the edge for us in the past 2 years and obviously just outplay their own skill, just improve and just overperform. Obviously, Joe Witt's gone, so who knows if that's still a thing. Obviously, edge is more of a need when you think about positional value. But when you think of the group, of how large the DB group is, you have 2 safeties and 2 to 3 cornerbacks out on the field. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's at least 3 to 4 of those players out on the field at once, right? So, and we only have one good DB. Quan Martin is maybe the worst starting safety in the NFL. I could even say all the time, that guy is a bum. So, why the Commanders should select a defensive back is the fact that they just don't have that much talent in that room, and because of the fact that we obviously put more defensive backs onto the field more than we do edge. If you ask me right now what is a bigger need, I would probably say cornerback, in my opinion, and safety. I would say cornerback just because of the fact that we have one good player and we sometimes put out 2 to 3 on the field. Safeties, 1. And I know I say just one safety. We don't have any good safeties. We just don't. Quan Martin's maybe a good safety too, right? Good third safety, but when you have him starting, when you have a third worthy safety on the depth chart starting for you, you're just not going to do well defensively. So, what are some players that could fix our defensive back room? Or what players in the first round at the number 7th pick would be just good picks in general for the DB group? I would say at number 7, there is 3 right now that would be acceptable. First off, Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs is one of the best draft safety prospects in a very long time. I would say since Sean Taylor, and that guy went 5th. Also, Commanders, I would like to say, so maybe history can repeat ourselves and we can get a superstar, future Hall of Fame safety for the next longer than 3 years, hopefully. R.I.P. Sean Taylor, of course. But Caleb Downs he's generational. You can play him in the box. You can play him in the nickel. You can play him out deep. You can play him everywhere. You can put him blitzing at the quarterback. You can put him at sub linebacker even. He's that good. And he's so good. The only position out on the field that I can't imagine him being super effective in is outside corner. And spoiler for you guys, safety should not be playing corner. So that's a really good thing that when I say the only thing this guy can't do is play corner. Caleb Downs, if he is there at 7, he is the pick in my opinion. We're on NFL Draft Buzz, and we're right now on Caleb Downs' profile. Look, this guy obviously is really good, and NFL Draft Buzz says so. They've given him a 91 rating out of 100, which is pretty good. Anything over 90 is top 3 player in the draft worthy. Obviously, I would like to say that ever since the 2024 draft, last year's draft and low-key this year's draft is pretty weak. So there's like 3 players that are like top-end talents, in my opinion, and that's Ruben Bain, Caleb Downs, and Arbel Reese. By the way, if the Commanders come out with any of those 3, it's over. But we're talking about Caleb Downs right now in the DB room. He's fast. He runs a 4.4540 outside of God knows where that happened, which puts him at 86th percentile out of all safeties, and like just in safety in general too. So like that's really good for him. He's below average in height and weight, which is never ideal, but I think he's fine. But like, I need you guys to look at this. I've never seen somebody ever get 100%. The only other player I've seen is also in this draft, and that's David Bailey. This guy has 100% zone. Oh, and if you look above that, that's 99% coverage. When you're a DB, what you're doing the most? Covering the field. You're covering players. You're doing coverage. This guy is the best at coverage in this draft class. And what do we suck at the most on our defense, in my opinion? Coverage. This guy fixes that problem almost simultaneously. This guy is generational, and the Commanders should take him if given the chance. You can get Andrews. You can get like a Jalen Phillips in free agency. You take Caleb Downs. You take Caleb Downs. Another player where I would say would be I would really consider at number 7 is Mansur Delane. I know it says this 15 PFF rank in the draft, and I don't believe that's true. I believe come NFL draft time, come past the pro day and combine, this guy is going to be a top 10 pick. If not, we're looking at a top 5, top 7 pick in Mansur Delane. This guy is a true lockdown corner. This guy runs I think I'm really checking NFL Draft Buzz real quick, but I'm pretty sure it's a sub 4.540, really fast. Does he play like a sub 4.540 type player? Not really. His only issue is his playing speed, and he sometimes struggles. But like, here's the thing though: when you look at him, look at this. He allows a 26.7 passer rating when targeted. He has allowed 13 receptions. I've seen a stat that he allows 37.7 of his targets as catches. That's elite. He's the definition of a lockdown corner. He's improved almost every other year. He has literally had more interceptions than allowed touchdowns. Oh, by the way, that's 0 allowed touchdowns. Whenever you see that for any cornerback in the SEC, you know this guy's a dog. And I really wonder why. LSU cornerbacks, Patrick Peterson, Derek Stingley, to name a few, and they've been dogs. Why? Because they play in the SEC. They play against some of the better wide receivers in the nation. This guy does that, and he does it at an insane level. He's the best cornerback in the draft. And if the Commanders select him at 7, I'll say this now, as of January, it's a good pick. Even as of early January, it's a good pick. Mansur Delane, an NFL Draft Buzz, is tied for the highest rated cornerback in this year's draft. And I believe he is worthy of the 90 NFL Draft Buzz rating, in my opinion. He runs a 4.44. He doesn't really play like that. It's still above average. He has good height. He has not the best weight, but I don't think weight, if you're just above 185. I think you're good at the cornerback position, so I'm not really looking at this and worrying that much about that. He's good in coverage. He's a 95% in coverage. He's a 93% in zone and a 90% in man press. I believe he's the best man cornerback in the draft. And this is the one time NFL Draft Buzz really kind of got this wrong, even though they didn't really get it wrong. I think he's worth a 95 to 98% man press. If his playing speed was better, it's 100% by it. And I don't think it's close. Because he's just, in my opinion, that good. But I think he's good in zone too. I think he's better in man than he is in zone, but he can play zone really well. He has a really high IQ, and even at 7, this is a good pick for the Commanders. This is a player that I know when I see him selected at 7, if that even happens, I'm like, boom, there you go. We got a dog in Mansour Delane. I think that's a good pick. Another player, I'm going to give a shout to Jeremy McCoy. I wouldn't like this at 7. Maybe if you trade down to like 7 to 12, then take him. The only reason why is because he just didn't play this year because of a torn ACL. And poor ACL is never a good thing to see, even as a draft prospect. So he's already down my boards a little bit more. But I still think he's really good. He's really good in man. Really good in zone. His sophomore tape was elite for a sophomore. And that's why he's a top 15 player in this draft. So he's really good. Even as a sophomore, he allowed a 53.6 pass rating when targeted, which in my opinion is really good. He's allowed 31 receptions this year, which is a little more than he did in his freshman year. But he's really athletic, and he does deserve a shout. I wouldn't take him at 7. I would, if you're taking a cornerback at 7, it should be Mansour Delane over McCoy. This guy's pretty athletic, but this guy runs a little bit less of a little bit of a slower 40 than Mansour Delane. Same height, a little bit heavier, which is always good to see. He's 3 pounds more heavier than Mansour Delane, and in my opinion, I believe just from the tape alone, I think McCoy plays a slight tick faster than Delane. I'm gonna be really interested in seeing Delane's 40-yard dash in either pro day or combine, but I personally think that I think he's good. I don't like it at the 7 position. I'm telling you, look, they're giving him a coverage of 98%. That's valid. His man press 97%. If out of the two, if McCoy and Delane, if one of them was going to give him a 97%, that should have been Delane. But I don't disagree with this. I think he's around a 95 to 97 type man presser, and he's really good at zone, right? So I do really believe that it's like low-key pick your poison. If this guy didn't tear his ACL and he just played, this guy is probably the best cornerback in the draft. This Mansour Delane this year was just so impressive this year, and he was healthy. So that's why I like Delane a little bit more. But I still don't think this is a bad pick. But if you do take Jeremy McCoy as the Commanders, trade down, get another draft asset like in a second round pick this year, or another pick next year, high pick, day 2 pick, or even day 1 pick, and then take him. But yeah, those are my opinions of Jeremy McCoy. Also a good option too. So I think we're getting to the very end of the video right here. Last player, Avion Terrell. This is a player that if you take at 7, I'm just gonna quit watching football. If you're gonna take Avion Terrell, you need to trade down. You trade down, and if you trade down and trade down to early 20s, mid 20s, and you take Avion Terrell, that's a good pick in my opinion. Because the only reason why I'm even talking about this is because of the fact that the Commanders do have a decent chance of trading down, and I will let you guys know about that right now, as of early January. But Avion Terrell, for what he is, he's athletic. He's allowed. He was better his freshman year than his sophomore year. He was worse than his junior year. 3 touchdowns allowed, no interceptions, 30 receptions allowed. and he had a 95% pass rate when targeted. That's never good. That's never a good thing, but I do believe that the film on him does make him a top 25 pick in my opinion. And if the Commanders would like to trade down and get another first round pick next year and maybe a second round pick as well in this year's draft, and you take Avion Terrell, I think that's a good pick in my opinion. I think that's a really good deal. I think that's a really good deal. You obviously don't get a top end talent, but you get a lot of good assets, and you still get a promising player in Avion Terrell. He was young. He was pretty young, so I mean you can't really hate it that much. Looking at Avion Terrell, first thing that you see right off the bat is the fact that, like, he runs a 4.39 40-yard dash. That is freaking fast. And that's a good thing about him. I do believe his athleticism is the reason why he's so up and everything. He is really fucking skinny. He is really fucking skinny. We're talking about another, maybe Emmanuel Forbes clone. I don't really like that much. And they don't even have him the highly ranked in zone. He's not the best option. Again, I'm telling you this right now. The Commanders take him at 7. I'm just not gonna be happy. But if you trade down and take him, he's young too. I mean, like I said, he's young and he's really athletic, and he's more of a development piece where you can't give up on him after fucking 3 bad games like we did in Emmanuel Forbes. Even though he's a bum in Los Angeles, can't wait to see him get fucking cooked on Saturday. And now, guys, we hop into a mock draft for the first round for the Commanders and see what player we will take with the 7th pick. Is it going to be Caleb Downs? Is it going to be Mansur Delane? Let's see. Who will be available? Okay, why is Arbor Reese available? Why is he available? You know for a fact I am taking Arbor Reese in a heartbeat over a guy like Mansur Delane, but we're talking about the video now. Not what I would do. In this aspect, Caleb Downs is off the board. He went 4 to the Titans in this hypothetical. I would theoretically take Arbor Reese and call it an absolute year. This is an absolute great pick for the Commanders. If you take Arbor Reese here, but he's on the video. His time will come. If in this scenario, if I'm taking DB at 7, taking Mansur Delane, at that time, it's such an easy pick, just because of the fact it's either Caleb Downs or Mansur Delane. It's whoever's available. So it's like, it's not a good pick right now just because of the ranking, but like, and in this scenario you take Arbor Reese, but I'm talking about like, in what group are you taking that's available at 7? And Mansur Delane with Caleb Downs gone, I'm not taking Jerry McCoy at 7. I'm taking Mansur Delane. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe if you want more videos about the Commanders, more draft analysis, more mock drafts, all that good stuff, you feel me? So, hope you guys enjoyed. This is why the Commanders should select a defensive back in the 2026 first round with a 7th overall pick. So, again, hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to subscribe. Like the video. Share it with your friends if you want to. Who knows? Share this to your Commanders fan. And share this to your dad who's a Commanders fan. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. See ya.